World's most expensive private jets of world leaders. We all know the premium lifestyle world leaders have lived for long. Be it the President of the USA, the Chancellor of Germany, or the Sultan of Brunei, all of them have been provided ample facilities by the government and the people, and they have made sure that they claim every ounce of luxury. In this video, we will tell you about the world's most expensive private jets of such world leaders and all their facilities. So without any more delay, let's get started. Number 10. North Korea's Kim Jong-un and his Chang'e-1. North Korea is the most secretive country on the planet, yet some information about Kim Jong-un's private plane is known. The supreme leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea travels in a Cold War-era Ilyushin Il-62, called Chang'e-1 after a North Korean hawk species. While a fully equipped Ilyushin Il-62 can carry 200 people, Kim Jong-un's aircraft has a VIP configuration equivalent in magnitude to Air Force One in the United States. Kim Jong-un can be seen inside his lavishly adorned aircraft in photos issued by the state-run Korean Central News Agency. The photographs depict a luxurious environment with enormous white leather chairs, gleaming rosewood tables, and a crystal ashtray. Due to sanctions imposed on North Korea, the isolated totalitarian regime is unable to buy European or American aircraft. Therefore, its national airline, Air Koryo, and government VIP fleet must make do with truly vintage Soviet Union planes. North Korea, while a nightmare for human rights, is a haven for collectors of rare airplanes. Number 9. King of Bahrain's VIP Boeing 767-400.FSER. The Kingdom of Bahrain is one of the world's smallest Arab states. However, mineral deposits made this island monarchy one of the richest in the Persian Gulf region. As a result, the royal family's head, Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, is regarded as one of the world's wealthiest men. Bahrain Royal Flight, a governmental airline formed in 1981, is the King of Bahrain's official aircraft. Its current air fleet consists of 6 planes, a Boeing business jet BBJ-2, 2 Boeing 747-400s, a Boeing 767-400ER, a Gulfstream G4, and a Bell 430. Each is a VIP configuration reserved for members of the royal family and key government officials only. The long-haul Boeing 767-400 differs from previous variants of the 767 in that it has a larger fuselage and a wider wingspan. When fully loaded, the Boeing 767-400ER has a flight range of more over 10,000 kilometers. The Boeing business jet BBJ-2, the second plane passed from Lufthansa Technik to Bahrain Royal Flight, is little known. The only information given is that it was designed by the greatest professionals of a well-known London international design studio. Number 8. Qatar's Emir Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani and his huge fleet. Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the Emir of Qatar, is one of the world's wealthiest persons. As a result, he is the owner of a genuinely amazing air fleet, which is used by many members of his royal family. Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani is accompanied on official excursions by an entourage of at least 1,000 individuals, including family members, delegation members, and service personnel. The cargo is weighed in tons and comprises not only numerous personal things for Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, but also limousines to be utilized by the Emir in a destination country. By the end of August 2016, the Qatar Emiri Flight Airlines VIP fleet had grown to 14 aircraft, each costing more than $100 million. Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the Emir of Qatar, has access to 1 Airbus A319-100 CJ, 3 Airbus A320-200s, 2 Airbus A330-200s, 2 Boeing 747-8 BBJs, an Airbus A310-300, an Airbus 340-200, an Airbus 340-300, and an Airbus 340-500. Aside from the aircraft stated above, the Emir of Qatar occasionally travels in a business jet, the Bombardier Global Express BD 701-810, and a military transport plane, the Boeing C-17 Globemaster III. The planes are both painted in Qatar Airways official livery. Number 7. Sultan of Brunei Hassanal Bolkiah. While presidential 747s are quite frequent, the Sultan of Brunei deserves a place on this list by flying his own 747. Hassanal Bolkiah, one of the world's wealthiest men, used a little portion of his fortune to purchase a 747-400 from Lufthansa that the airline didn't need. In 2018, the Sultan's personal fleet was updated with a 747-8, which joined a Boeing 767 and a 787. The ancient 747-400 is presently parked in Marana, Arizona, amid the desert. The prince spent $100 million for an Airbus A340-212 known as the Flying Palace. A further $120 million was spent on the plane's rehabilitation and modernization, which entirely took place in the United States. The aircraft's makeover included not just an opulent interior decked out in precious metals, diamonds, and rare wood, but also considerable enhancements to its flight capabilities. The Sultan of Brunei's personal Air Force's ultimate non-stop flying range has extended to 15,000 kilometers, thanks to the inclusion of extra fuel tanks, whilst the base model's range is just 12,500 kilometers. Number 6. Theresa May and her Airbus A330. It must be a difficult job to be Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, so it's no surprise that the Prime Minister need their own plane. However, it is not what you may assume. The Airbus A330 looks very much like one you'd see in a commercial zone. A VIP room is one of the features. However, it simply has a handful of ottoman seats and a curtain to provide some separation from the main cabin. When compared to the luxurious planes held by other international leaders, this is a modest gift. The plane can carry 158 passengers and speeds at 667 km/h. 58 of the 158 passengers will travel in the relative comfort of business class seats. The UK's 32nd Squadron gets an honorable mention as well. 2 AW109 helicopters, a Sikorsky S-76 Spirit, and 11 private planes make up the remarkable fleet. Theresa May's plane is simple in design, both in terms of materials and interior layout. The front half of the Airbus A330 has a tiny VIP space with 2 ottoman chairs. The sliding drapes may be closed to provide seclusion from the rest of the delegation if required. The airplane cabin's main body is occupied by 58 business class seats designed to accommodate ministers and their deputies. Number 5. Elizabeth II and her 32nd Squadron. The Queen of England, members of the royal family, and the government of the United Kingdom rely on the United Kingdom's 32nd Squadron for transportation. 2 AW109 helicopters for short-distance transport, 6 BAE 125 airplanes with a range of up to 3,000 kilometers, and 4 mid-sized reactive BAE 146 aeroplanes used largely in the United Kingdom. The royal household also includes a personal helicopter for Queen Elizabeth II, the Sikorsky S-76 Spirit. 5. The United Kingdom's 32nd Squadron fleet has a total cost of roughly $100 million. For long-distance travel, the royal family used to hire standard Boeing 747s or Boeing 777s from British Airways or Virgin Atlantic. Currently, the Royal Air Force's jets and helicopters can carry the Queen and her family members to significant engagements. Number 4. France's President François Hollande. France is recognized for its poetry and romanticism. It's clear to understand how their presidential plane was designed when you look at it. The Airbus A330-200, which has been modified, is a long cry from the usual. There's an en-suite bedroom, a kitchen, and even a soundproof chamber that can accommodate a dozen travelers on board. Perfect for high-level talks when no one can hear what you're saying. Passengers have access to a variety of luxuries that would be appropriate for any high-ranking politician. The president can get down to business at any time with internet connectivity that extends over 10,000 meters above the earth, as well as a private apartment with shower. There's no time to relax aboard this sophisticated presidential aircraft, with a conference area with space for up to 60 VIPs. There's even a command center on board to emphasize that this plane is all business. Number 3. Xi Jinping's Boeing 747-400s of their own economy. The General Secretary of the Communist Party of China has access to 2 Boeing 747-400s, both of which are provided by Air China. That's around $500,000 worth of airplanes. If you take a journey with Air China, you can find yourself seated next to the country's leader. The plane is returned to its original configuration after being utilized for a government trip. It can then be used by other paying customers again. So, why not buy a plane just for China's president? China's presidential plane has an interesting past. The Chinese have a reputation for inventing their own products and services. They use WeChat instead of WhatsApp. Didi Chuxing is an alternative to Uber. Despite this, the work of refitting jets for use by China's leader was outsourced to the United States. The planes were inspected when they were returned. Because the security crew felt they had discovered over 30 listening devices aboard the flights, they were never utilized for their intended purpose. The CIA failed to react to the report, which accused them of malfeasance, and the incident remains unsolved to this day. Number 2. Joe Biden's doomsday plane. You've almost surely heard of Air Force One. But did you know that the President of the United States also has access to a second, emergency-ready plane? The doomsday plane is what it's named. Alternatively, there's the E-4B in a perilous circumstance. This converted Boeing 747 is the ideal escape vehicle. The plane is built for the worst-case scenario. With the ability to resist a nuclear attack, the plane is surrounded by thermal radiation shielding. It can also fly for 620 hours, allowing it to travel days without refueling. The ability to communicate with the outside world, assuming it still exists, is unrivaled. Nuclear submarines may speak with the U.S. President or any other individual on board. This is accomplished by the use of a radome, which has 67 satellite dishes and antennae. The radome is mounted on top of the jet, resulting in a dome appearance visible to the human eye. And finally, we had our number 1, Vladimir Putin's Il-96-300. A powerful leader requires a powerful aircraft, which Russia possesses with the Ilyushin Il-96-300. When you include the sumptuous interiors and high-tech security, it came into roughly $500 million. The Ilyushin Il-96-300 is a large aircraft. The service ceiling is 12,000 meters, the wingspan is 65 meters, and the whole weight is roughly 270 tons. The defensive systems on board are one of the major distinctions between this and the original. Special radars have a confusing, jamming effect, making it harder to track. Before approaching too closely, any aircraft should consider the Il-96 anti-aircraft 300 PU's defensive system. Despite its small, the plane can achieve speeds of 900 kilometers per hour. However, if you're thinking an airplane built only for raw power, you're mistaken. Ivan Glazenot was in charge of the interior design. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button below, followed by the subscribe button. You may also share our videos and come back to see what else we have to offer. See you in the next video.